What's up everybody, it's RobinGaming here. So I just played my first 3 hours of Batman Arkham Knight. I live streamed myself doing so, and I want to give a quick disclaimer or something before I really get into this first impression slash day one review video, is that if you're seeing this video go live right now, then I'll actually be live streaming the rest on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/robinoyo, so come check it out, have fun together, you know, and you know, if you want to just hear myself talk some more about the game and ask me questions about it, then you can do so there. I think it's a great way, sort of like an interactive way to give you my, you know, even more impressions. But in this video, I'm pretty much going to take those first 3 hours and summarize exactly, you know, what I thought of my first experience so far. So, you know, I don't really want to get into the story, of course. My personal story is that I never played any of the previous Batman games. I myself am not particularly a big fan of superhero stuff, so even though I liked, for example, the Batman movies like The Dark Knight, yeah, I never played any of the previous ones, even though I knew they were really good. So that's, you know, just more reason for me to be very interested in this one, and saying, or already pretty much seeing right now that I'm actually kind of a, you know, a good big fan of what the game is trying to do. I'm really liking it so far. In terms of story, I don't really care about the characters as much as I know many other people do. I'm pretty sure the story so far was quite decent. I'm sure it's gonna get better over time, of course. Let's talk about the graphics. Holy shit, this game is hands down one of the best looking games on the PS4. I would probably say it's probably top 3 material, especially just seeing the big city of Gotham. It's raining all the time, the effects look gorgeous. If you drive around in your car at maximum speed, it looks mind-blowing. I mean, I don't really have to speak for myself about the graphics, you can just see it by watching the gameplay here. It looks absolutely mind-blowing. I love the graphics for this game. You know, then of course we get into the gameplay. Now it seems to me that the gameplay pretty much consists out of 3 or 4 parts. First of all, there's the whole free roaming. Gotham is like an open, I wouldn't call it an open world, it's more like an open city, right? But you are basically able to traverse through it with your grappling hook, which can sort of like get attached to items super far away, like 100 meters away, and you can immediately sling towards there. Batman, of course, can also use his bat wings to fly. So the free roaming is pretty cool. I did have a bit of trouble with the controls so far, even though they work pretty tight and stuff. Yeah, sometimes Batman did things that I wasn't really wanting him to do, but that being said, it's probably more my fault than it was the game's fault. So over time I will get used to the controls a little more, and I do love the free roaming part of it. It's once again showing you this super big city all the time, you know, and just flying through it, it looks absolutely mind-blowing once again. So then there is the vehicle gameplay. I guess this is more split into 2 parts, because first of all you have your Batmobile, which you can jump you know, into at any given time, and you can just race through Gotham, race through the streets pretty much. And then there's also this sort of part where you can, by holding a certain button, transform the Batmobile into a big sort of tank almost. And yeah, sometimes you'll have enemies coming towards you and other tanks that you have to destroy by simply using either your sort of turret or by using your cannon. If you destroy enemies at a given point, like in a combo or something like that, it will load up and you can kill them more easily. That sort of gameplay, I have to say, is kind of repetitive so far. That's probably what I'm the least biggest fan of in terms of the gameplay, was those kinds of sections. They keep forcing them on you so far already in my first 3 hours, so yeah, I didn't really like that too much. Of course, Batman also is really about the combat, and you can already see, here's the thing, Batman really invented this sort of system where you have enemies circling around you that you can take down, you can use combos, you have to counter, all that sort of stuff that we see in games like Assassin's Creed, and we saw it in Shadow of Mordor done really well as well. But you can see Batman does a really good job at refining it once again, and although I haven't really learned too much about the actual combos and what I can exactly use and how big of a variety there is, I'm already liking it. It feels satisfying just knocking down somebody. You can make use of the environments, so for example, if there's sort of like a box laying around somewhere, Batman can pick it up and just smash his enemy's head with that specific item. So that's pretty cool. I like the combat as well. I guess a fourth sort of element that they added is this sort of like detective mode. You have to constantly try and figure out a way to, you know, get past your enemies, or figure out, for example, you can, there's a sort of puzzle environment to it almost, where I had a bit of trouble with that actually. I did sort of like get confused at some moments during the game when there was this big mission, and for example there was this elevator. You had to use your Batmobile to pull this certain rope so that the elevator gets transported up. Batman has to go into the elevator, and then then you go back to the car and all of a sudden sort of like make sure to slowly get the elevator to go down again. Like, yeah, all the time you will find yourself trying to solve these environmental puzzles by using the detective mode, by using the Batmobile, which has some extra features. And Batman itself also has, for example, you can use on the PS4, you can use the L1 button to bring up a gadget menu, so you have a sort of like boomerang thing. You can go in the Batmobile and there's explosive gel, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of, you know, tools to make use of. I can already see it's gonna be a great open world game with a lot of variety. You know, this is my day one review, right? This is my first impressions of the game. I'm not going to give it an actual score yet. I can already tell it's gonna be higher than an 8. Really, like, the only thing so far for me that I still have questions about is how long is the game going to be. I heard it's about 12 hours to beat it. I wonder how long can you keep doing the side missions as well, and what ultimately is the total gameplay time going to get down to when you finally beat everything, get the platinum trophy, that kind of stuff. For now, I'm really loving the game. I think, you know, if you're watching the gameplay right now and you're like, yeah, this is a game that's really suited for me, then go and pick it up. You can't go wrong here. Batman Arkham Knight, so far, I love it. I can't wait to play more of it, which I'm going to do once again on my Twitch account, twitch.tv/robinoyo, so come and have fun, check it out, and if you have any additional questions, then just ask me there and I'll make sure to answer everything that you want to ask me. So with that being said, I of course want to know from you, are you getting Batman Arkham Knight? Have you already played it? What do you think of it so far? And with that being said, I'd like to thank you a lot for watching and hope to see you again next time.